Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
What's in your bag?
Youth.
I can smell it.
This man in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, won't be getting high tonight.
Sit. Move over to the end of the couch.
Did you at all think that maybe this was a bad idea? It's a fair question. Give me a fair answer.
Because instead, he gets me and the sheriff's office.
Did you bring condoms, Matt?
In the car.
Well, there's only one reason why you bring condoms. It's not for balloon trips.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel. But there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored, all on WatchTruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube26 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50, or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, and this is very important, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on TruBlu. In Livingston Parish, Louisiana, it's the middle of the day, but the investigation with Sheriff Ard and his team is well underway. A detective is chatting with a man named Matthew. I get the details.
What do we know about Matthew?
So his name's Matthew. He lives in New Orleans. He's supposedly a plumber of some sort. Sent a selfie of himself looking like he was in some type of industrial uniform or something like that.
Give me a sense of the chat. What is he looking for?
So we met on a dating platform. My profile set up as Sophia, who's a 15-year-old girl, but on the dating platform, I'm 18. He was very pushy. As soon as he made contact, he's like, "You want to meet up?" So I had to slow the chat down, because at that point, like, we had just sent a couple of texts back and forth. Like, I haven't had a chance to get my age out there or nothing like that. So, I was kind of like, hey, like, if you want to, we can. Why don't we text? So I gave him the phone number from my, texting app, and then we transitioned to text. As soon as we got on text, I started with the question, "How old are you?" He told me. And then instead of coming out and saying I'm 15, I said, I'll be 16 in a couple of months. And he's like, "So you're 15?" I said, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
So
he knows. There's no question.
Right, but the reason I did that is because I've noticed the past few days, if I come out there and say 15 and they see that 1 in 5, they immediately freak out. If someone sees a 16, they don't think it's that bad because they're about to be 17, which is legal age of consent, right? So if I say I'm almost 16 and they have to confirm by saying I'm 15, now that's coming from them. So it doesn't seem that bad to them psychologically.
Right. And what specifically does he want to do with the girl sexually?
I will say he's not very crude. He does want to have sex with her. He wants her to give him a blowjob. He does want to smoke marijuana with her. He does want to smoke marijuana and have sex with her at the same time. And that's
all on his checklist.
Yes.
And he thinks he's coming over here because the girl is going to make him tacos?
Yes. So I told him I'd make him dinner. I asked him what he wanted for dinner, and he said it doesn't matter. And I said, well, listen. So in this chat, I'm taking a little bit from her playbook. Like, I'm making him confirm. I'm like, all right, dude, just be a man. Like, is it yes or no?
Right.
Right.
Coming or not?
Right.
Because if not, I'm gonna.
Well, even with the
watch
dinner
TV.
thing,
Yeah.
I was like, do you want tacos? Yes or no? He's like, yes. I said, okay.
So as far as we know, he's going to go to a meeting of some sort around 8.
Yep.
In New Orleans, and then come here.
Yes, because he was afraid if he came here first, he would not have time to make his mandatory meeting. So he's going to go to his mandatory meeting first, and then, which is at 8 p.m., and then come up here right after.
And is this a work-related meeting?
That's what he said, yeah. He said it was a mandatory meeting for work.
Got it. And so it looks like he's coming,
yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah, so I'll just probably have to keep chatting with him until he comes up here, so.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Perfect.
Just minutes after I wrap the conversation with the detective, Matthew sends a text. He's not coming. The decoy playing the 15-year-old girl calls him to find out why. Captain Calvin Bowden, the detective, and I listen in.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna come anymore?
I mean, I guess I'll call. I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm a little nervous about coming to hang out with a 15-year-old.
Why? You already said that you would come.
Yeah, and then I started thinking about it, and it's just a bad idea. I'm not trying to get in trouble with the law with that.
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, until you call the cops on me, and then I'm arrested.
Well, then I'll get in trouble too.
No, you wouldn't,
Why not?
because you're the minor.
But I would still get in trouble.
Why?
I don't know. But I thought you wanted me to make tacos.
It's really because that whole thing that I told you at work. Yeah, I might have to stay a little bit later for that. So if you want to chill, it's gonna have to be another night.
Well, I'll still be awake late. So if you want to come after that, you can.
All right. All right, I'll text you.
Because my mom comes back in the morning, so we can't hang out another night.
Okay.
So just text me. So I'll see you later. Just let me know when you're on the way.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
I might have helped a little bit on the cold feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anytime they hear the voice, that
I think so.
and your attitude is good. I mean, it's convincing. It's the kind of kid who would be
Doing
precocious enough to,
Yeah,
you know, to
Exactly.
be edgy enough to be out there.
Exactly.
It fits in the whole.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool.
Good job, Scout.
Thank you.
We shall see.
A few hours later, Matthew arrives, but like so many others, he's a little lost. He calls the decoy to find the exact location.
Hello.
What's the number on your door?
33. Did you come to the back one?
The wrong building.
Well, I said it was the back building. Okay. 33.
A deputy is keeping an eye on the surveillance cameras to track Matthew's movements.
He's walking the stairs.
Decoy heads to the door and gets into character. The detectives and I all get into position.
Hello. What's in your bag?
You
You want to sit on the couch?
nobody see?
No? I can smell it. Who did your tattoos?
So from New Orleans.
You got it done all at the same time? Which ones did you get together?
First one,
How long did it take?
few hours.
Did it hurt? Are those real diamonds or fake diamonds?
Fake.
You don't want real ones?
Can't afford them.
Why?
Not this size.
Why, they're expensive? Well, how much did those cost? 50? From where?
Sure, so
Like Walmart? Target?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh. Well, what'd you do today?
I'm sorry. I'm just nervous.
Why?
Just cause I need to know what to expect.
Oh, well, what kind of car do you have?
Honey.
Does it go fast or slow? Fast cars are cool.
I drive fast.
Like you speed? You don't get pulled over?
From time to time.
When I can drive, I'm gonna speed too.
Yeah.
What? Alright, I'm gonna go grab my charger real fast, okay?
About Daisy Dolphin.
You'll have no. I need you to sit down right there. Sit. Move over to the end of the couch. Keep going. Keep going. Sit right there. You have any guns with you?
No, sir.
Is there a gun in that bag?
No, sir. There's a pair of scissors in there.
Pair of scissors for what?
To cut rolling papers.
Rolling. You should bring weed with you.
I have some, yes, sir.
You have some. Okay. So
explain to me
Yes, sir.
what you were going to do here tonight.
My intentions of coming here was just to hang out and smoke. I was very nervous about hanging out with someone who was underage.
Right. And how old did this girl say she was?
She said she was 15.
And how old are you?
I am 25.
And why did you think it was okay for a 25-year-old to come visit a 15-year-old home alone?
It's a fair question.
Give me a fair answer.
I was just coming out here to hang out.
I know, but that doesn't seem
Fair. It's fair.
doesn't seem natural, does it?
Yes, sir.
What good can come from a 25-year-old visiting a 15-year-old?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's fair.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Plumbing.
Plumbing. You're a contractor or
No, sir. I'm trying to work on getting the license.
trying to work on getting a license? And where do you live?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. And what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. And Matthew, how long did it take you to drive up here today?
About an hour and some change.
Hour and some change.
Yes, sir.
And during that drive, Matthew, did you at all think that maybe this was a bad idea?
Yes, sir. I did.
Did you think about turning around?
I did.
Why didn't you?
Because I was coming here just to hang out and smoke. And
I know, but
that's
it
better.
doesn't make sense, Matthew, that you would come here to hang out and smoke with a 15-year-old girl. What could you possibly have in common with a 15-year-old girl? It sounds like,
Yes, sir.
based upon the chat
Yes, sir.
and the telephone call, that you were interested in having sex with this girl.
For a moment, yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I had second thoughts, and I didn't want to do that anymore.
Well, you said that, but then you showed up anyway.
Yeah, because I was here to smoke.
I know, but you could smoke at home.
Understood.
You could smoke in your car.
Mm.
You could smoke with someone your age.
Yes, sir.
So explain to me, because I'm having a very difficult time understanding why you thought it was okay to come over here after talking about having sex with a 15-year-old girl and then bringing marijuana over to smoke with her.
It was a very dumb decision.
Dumb decision. But that doesn't get you off the hook now, does it?
No, sir. I'm not.
Have you met other teenage girls online?
No.
Never.
No, sir.
So if I go through your phone, I go through your,
I'll give you my phone.
yeah, we'll get it in a minute. Your computer. We're not going to see any other conversations with teenage girls.
No, sir.
Why tonight?
I was just a poor judgment, poor decision.
Yeah, but this isn't like
No, I'm telling you, it's
smoking weed and driving poor decision. This is like a really bad decision. Something that could have impacted a child's life forever.
yes, sir.
So you're going to sit on the couch, you're going to smoke some weed with her, vulnerable as she is, and then you're going to have sex with her if she says it's okay? What does that do to a 15-year-old kid?
It's fair.
So you're studying to become a plumber. Do you work now?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
You have a family?
Yeah.
Where did the nickname Pootie come from?
Because I used to. What do you?
I'm just trying to find out a little more about you and why you did this tonight.
Nickname Pootie is because when I was a kid, I used to fart a lot.
Because you used to fart a lot.
Yeah.
And so they teased you and called you Pootie.
Mm.
You talked about coming over for tacos.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had a meeting tonight. What was the meeting about?
The coordination meeting to see what's going on, work.
Well, Matt, you get why this is all wrong, right?
Sir.
You understand it's illegal? And bringing weed to a minor just adds to all that?
Yes, sir.
What else is in the bag?
Cologne.
Cologne?
It's a what you call it bag, toiletry bag.
Right. And why did you bring a toiletry bag here tonight?
It's just what I had my week to.
Okay. Were you planning on spending the night?
No, not at all.
So you're just gonna hit it, quit it?
I was not planning on having sex with her.
I know, but you talked about it.
That's, yeah.
You talked about how you could get into trouble.
Yes, sir.
For a minute, you even said you weren't going to come over.
Yeah, 'cause
I get it. So you acknowledged in the phone conversation that this was wrong, but you did it anyway, and I can't for the life of me understand why, Beth.
I was just coming over here to smoke.
Okay. You know, and I know, that if this girl was willing, after smoking weed, something could have happened sexually.
I was about to leave because I didn't want to be here anymore.
All right. But you came here.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think should happen, you Beth?
I mean, I don't know what else you want me to plead for.
Well, I'm not looking for you to plead. I'm just trying to understand why a 25-year-old man with a job and with hobbies and with a family who's supportive would do this.
Very stupid decision.
Stupid decision.
A very, very stupid decision.
Very, very stupid decision. Well, Matt, there's something you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen,
Okay.
and I do stories on men who try to exploit vulnerable children.
Yes, sir.
Predators. And now you're on my show. Is there anything else you want people to know about your predicament tonight? Nothing. What do you say to other men who might be thinking about doing the same thing you did tonight?
It's not worth it.
Not worth it. Did you bring condoms, Matt?
In the car.
In the car?
That's wasn't for her.
Well, there's only one reason why you bring condoms.
I have them in the car for
It's not for balloon tricks. Well, it's for sex.
but it's not like it's in the car just because.
Right. Well, Matt, there's some folks here from the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office, and they're going to want to take it from here. Do you want to tell them anything about what's in that bag?
Stand up. Jab behind your back.
May I make a phone call to my parents?
Say you want to follow your dad?
Yes, sir.
What all is this in the bag?
What are the Q-tips for?
The Q-tips are just for my ears.
You got dirty ears?
Yeah. I don't know what else that would be for.
Well, that's how I was asking. I don't know why you bring it over there. And that's all weed in there?
They're just in this bag right there.
You like your bud, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of used bags there. You ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
For what?
Weed.
Weed?
Yeah.
You ever been arrested for any sex crimes before?
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, Matthew, we don't take it lightly when people come to Livingston Parish, try to victimize our children. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna bring you to a place where you can't do that.
The team leads Matthew to a back room where he's allowed to make the call to his dad.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm in handcuffs in an apartment building. Where are we?
Livingston Parish.
In Livingston.
This is my son?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do?
I was coming to hang out with a 15-year-old girl, and they assumed that I was gonna have sex with her, and I brought weed in, and so I'm in handcuffs now.
Okay. A 15-year-old girl? Obviously you didn't know.
Oh, she said it in a text message. I was just coming to hang out.
Hey, man. We got to get him rolling, man. He's going to be transported to the Livingston Parish Detention Center, so I'm just letting you know where he's at.
Matt said on the phone, talking to the decoy, that this is wrong. You're too young. I can't do it. But he changed his mind. And he drove more than an hour and a half to get here. Weed, condoms in the car. And it appears, for whatever reason, he just couldn't control his actions tonight.
Matthew is being charged with indecent behavior with a juvenile. and computer-aided solicitation of a minor. We'll keep you posted on the case against him. Captain Bowden read the chats and listened to the phone calls between Matthew and his undercover team, and yet it's still shocking when men show up knowing they're wrong to exploit a child.
What do you say to a fellow like that? I mean, here's a guy who talked on the phone, acknowledged that this was wrong, that it was illegal, but he still got in the car, drove more than an hour.
Yeah, drove
From
an hour
New
and a half.
Orleans
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
Had plenty of time to make the right decision, but he came anyway. Sad.
Watch TruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen true crime documentaries and exclusive investigations. To hear more about the men caught in my predator investigations, listen to my podcast, Predators I've Caught with Chris Hansen. In this series, I dig deep inside the crimes, inside the minds of the predators, and I'll tell you where they are today. Predators I've Caught, available wherever you get your podcasts.